until the moment they saw the masked singer on stage remove her mask. My brothers finally realized the sister they personally poisoned into silence. Not only had her voice fully recovered, it had become even clearer and more brilliant than before. I earned perfect scores from every judge, while the adopted daughter they pampered like a treasure was kicked out of the venue for disrupting the competition. Watching their regretful expressions, I only felt amused, because I had long seen through their ugliness and had already decided to cut ties with them forever. A week earlier, I had been kidnapped and forced to drink a whole bottle of poison. My mother and brothers rushed over and carried me into the ambulance. Thinking I was unconscious, they began openly discussing their plan right beside me because my voice was too strong and my talent too dazzling. I would hinder the adopted daughter's debut, so I had to be destroyed. My mother silently agreed. Even more ironic, when we arrived at the hospital, the doctor clearly said my vocal cords would recover completely after surgery. But my brothers thought I didn't understand French, so they told the doctor in French to make sure the operation failed and make me mute forever. Then they turned back toward me, pretending to be heartbroken and desperate to save me. They never knew I understood every single word, not only French but every conspiracy, they whispered. Before returning to my biological family, I'd been raised for years by the richest man in New York. Fluency in French was the fatal flaw in their plan. Well, still reeling from what I heard, I accidentally overheard another conversation, where I learned the truth, even the fallout between me and my adoptive father in the countryside had been engineered by my brothers. I refused to accept that fate, and would never let them step on me again. To take back what was mine, I contacted my adoptive father. With his help, I underwent a second surgery. Within days, my voice recovered fully, and my talent surpassed even its former peak. Soon the diva finals arrived. The adopted daughter wanted to replace me on stage, but she never expected the richest man's assistant would escort me, the masked singer, directly into the competition as a surprise replacement. When the judges asked why I wore a mask, the assistant said I had once been sabotaged and could only compete anonymously for safety. The judges said they would investigate, and if it was true, the perpetrators would be disqualified. My brothers turned pale. They thought I resembled their sister, but were told I was still in the hospital. So they called to confirm and only then relaxed. When I lifted the microphone and clearly announced my original song puppet on strings, my mother and brothers froze as my powerful voice exploded across the stage, captivating the judges and thrilling the entire audience. The adopted daughter's face turned completely ashen under everyone's gaze. I slowly removed my mask, and they all stood stunned. They couldn't comprehend how someone who was supposed to be mute had returned to the top of the stage. Seeing I was about to win the crown, my vicious family tried to flip the narrative, accusing me of bribing the judges and riling up the audience to force me out. Amid all the noise, I only sneered and signaled the assistant to play the footage. On the big screen played the surveillance video of the adopted daughter secretly sabotaging the sound system. The crowd erupted. It turned out I was never the malicious one. My exposed brothers still tried to defend themselves, claiming they only wanted to keep me from fame, poisoning my mind, and help the adopted daughter win the title. I no longer bothered arguing. I simply told them my revenge had only just begun.